Hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCalSabre here. How y'all doing today? Well, we're going to have a little bit of Cosmoctopus play today. I don't know how long we'll play. This is the setup. These are called the Voti cards, and there's four different types of them. And they are, I think this is called, this is Relic, Constellation, Hallucination, and what is this called? Why can't I remember the names of these cards? Anyway, they all have serve a different purpose. I'll show them to you as we're going along in the game. This is called the Inky Realm. And these are three cards off of the deck. And this is the Great Inky one. We'll be moving around the board and playing. Now, I'm going to play a two-handed game here. I can't get everything on camera. Each person gets one of these spheres where they'll play, when they get tentacles, they'll place them in there. Okay? And then each person's going to start off with resources. Yeah, let me get them in my hand. So I have these off in the cup also. Okay, there's two of these. There's two of these, what's called ink, and I forget what these are called, whispers. And then this is money, and I forget what those ones are called. But each player is going to start off with two of them, and the second player is going to get one of gets this. In addition, this is a variant uh, coin. Okay. Over here, you can see there's certain things that are real hard to get. You got to have 13 of a kind. I'll explain that to you as we go along. And these are multipliers in the event that you need to use one of these if the tokens are running short. So each player starts off dealt a hand of 5. Okay. And I'll show you the first player's hand here. And okay. So it looks like he wants to start working on these black ones. Let's get the name of this straight. Okay, let's get this straight. Let's get this going straight. They're called scripture cards. And the purpose of scripture cards is to provide you bonuses when you're going along. Okay, so Inky's over here. I get the first thing you want to do is move him 1. Okay, and we're going to move him 1. We're going to move him over here, and we get the bonus, which is a +3 of the red whispers. Okay. Now he has the option to play a card if he wants to play a card. Okay, and this maybe doesn't want to play yet. Okay, so he's going to pass on that. Okay, so player number 2 is up, and this is their hand. Well, they got mostly gold and reds in here. So he says, what should I do here? I want to get one of those cards eventually, so we might as well go down here. You know what this gives me 1 green of these. Okay, and then it gives me 1 card from the row. So I'm going to take this one right here, and then I'm going to fill it back up again. Now I get to play a card if I want. Okay, I think I'm going to, and I think we're going to get this card going here. This one here. I'll show you this here in a minute. Okay, how we're going to pay for this? We're going to pay with it for we just picked up one of those. We're going to pick up for 3 of these. Then the cost of this is in the top left corner. So it's 3 of those star things and then 2 variables, which could be any other resource. So Inky's going to play with it with this 1 variable token player 2 is going to play with it with 1 variable token that he has for the last time. And then he's going to throw in a whisper. So now the card is played. Now, I have to fill this up, and once I fill it up, it's going to award me a tentacle. Okay, but I have to stop it at start in the top left-hand corner. Now I have one of these resources in my bank over here, but I can't use it. You have to fill this with a resource earned out of on your play. And you have to start in the top left-hand corner, and then you can follow the arrows. All right, so he's down here. I probably should readjust this camera a little bit too, so you can get to see the hands. All right, let's do that right now. Okay, so we are back to the first player's turn. And the first person still want to do one of these fives, but they're not having much luck. Now, what they can do, I'll show you. Well, maybe they're going to do something different. Yeah, they're gonna go over here to this one. They're gonna get one red and one card off of here. So they're gonna take this one here. Okay. So then they're gonna play this card, the hallucination card. And see this symbol? This means this is gonna happen right away once I pay for it. So he's gonna pay with 3. Pretty expensive. It's 3 of those. Now he's got to have 3 variables. So he has 3 more of those reds in there, so he's gonna throw those 3 reds in there also. Okay, now he gets to play it. Now he's going to get 8 gold. And I'll just use it like this. Put one of these on. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, now this card is played. It's discarded. It's out of the game. Yeah. So he must be planning something big here. And now we got this guy going here again. All right. This time he's going to move over here and take 2 of any resource of the same type. So he's going to take these red ones because he just earned them. They didn't come out of his bank. He's going to put it on there. Now, the next thing he can put on there is either a black or an orange, depending on which way he wants to go. All right. So now, oops, I forgot to fill this up before when I took that card. So now he gets to play a card if he likes. Well, he's not ready to play a card. All right. So player number 1 is back up. Player number 1 looking to do some damage here. All right, so they're going to go up here. They're going to take a gold. All right, and they can take one off of the deck. So they're going to take this one here. They need to get those things going also, and then they're going to refill. So now he can play a card, and he's going to play a card. He's going to play this one here, Broken Leg of the Sea Throne. Okay, he's going to play this one here. It's going to cost him 3 gold and 2 variants. All right, so now he has 3 gold paid, and he's going to use. He's still got a lot of gold. Okay, and that's paid. They're going to turn this chip in so you don't forget what it is for the 5. Right, that's counter. So now this gives him a bonus. Every time he gets a gold, he's going to get plus 2 more. That could come in handy, especially if he's working yellow cards. And that's down here with his hand. Okay, so he did play a card. Now we're back to player number 2. Okay. He's going to, he says I might as well keep on going around here. So I'm going to go up here. He's going to draw 1 ink, 1 black. He's going to put it on his card right here since he just earned that. And he's going to get to take a card. And he says, I think I want to take this one here. Now he's going to get to play a card if he chooses. And he's not in a position to choose anyway. Oh, and now, first thing, at the end of my hand now, okay, every time a player's hand ends, they must discard their hand down to 8 maximum. They can have 12 of them during the round, 8. And each type of resource can only have 8, not total resources, each type. So you could have, 7 of each of these, and there'd be 28 of them in their pile, but only 8 at maximum in your bank, I'll call it, for lack of better words. All right, we're back to player number 1. Okay, now he's going to show you something different here. It's going to show you what's calling moving in attribute. Okay, so he's going to move 1. That's the free move, and then he's going to go over here. And for every one you take, in addition to the free route, unless you got a card that says differently, you have to pay a resource. So he's going to pay that resource. He's going to take 3 black. Okay, and then he says, I got a chance to play a card here. I'm going to play this card right here. Maybe, let me see. Now he's going to play this card here, which is going to cost him 5 black and 2 variants. So we're going to put it right there. He just happens to have 5 black. If I only had 4 black, I could discard a black card to discount to help with the payment. And he's got to pay 2 variants on there. He's going to pay 2 gold because he's got more of them than anything else. Gold. So now he has 2 variants already in his hand to use on future rounds. All right, here we go back to player number 2. You know, player number 2 says, I think maybe I'd like to go back over here too. And take 3 gold. Okay. Then he says, I think I want to play this card here because this is pretty powerful. I'll explain this to you in a second. Okay. He's gonna play a card, and he's gonna play this one here, which is gonna cost him 3 and 3. So here's the 3 gold. And then he's gonna pay with 2 more gold and 1 whisper. Oh. Okay, and he's going to play this card. Now, here's the difference between I told you he had to fill this out of his hand, but now he's got a card that says I can fill the gold slots from the bank. Okay, so I'm going to take one out of the bank and put it on there. So he's 1 away from getting that. All right, so there's his move. Back to player number 1. All right. Where's he at here? Okay, he's going to move down here. He's going to take these 3. Then he wants to get one of his cards going on the table. Okay, so he's got to pay 3 and then 2 variants. And he'll play those variants right out of with the same color because he happens to have 5 of them. Okay, so now he's got one on the board. All right. Player number 2. So these engine buildings can get pretty powerful and everything. Pretty cool. This is advertised to teach in 10 minutes. I showed my grandson the other day, maybe 10, took 15 minutes because I'm a bad teacher when it comes to games, but he picked it up right away. So this will be fun that when the marathon comes, quick games. You got to get 8 tentacles to win. All right. They recommend the beginners you start with 3 tentacles each to cut down on the time. A lot of the videos that I've watched, they don't recommend playing with 4 players. They said 2 and 3 is the best. So anyway, here we go. This is player number 2. What does he want to do? He's running a little low on things. And he says, I think I better go over here and start building my bank up a little bit and take 3 of those wish tokens. Okay. And he's not playing a card. Back to player 1. Now, player 1 says, I want to get this going here. So player 1's going to go down here. They're going to draw that token, start on their card and put it right there. And then they're going to get a card off of the deck. And okay, and they're going to go ahead and take this one here. And they refill it with the same type with a better cost than what he just took. Okay. Player 2. Player 2 can't go back, can't do that one. It's like he says, he can't go here and then go back to there. So he can't get this token this time. But he says, I can go 1, 2, pay the 1 for the tribute and get 2 of these of the same type. Okay, so now he's going to put that on here. Now here's where we're going to get some going stuff. So forget to play the card at the end. So he's going to get a tentacle. These are the tentacles. He's going to put it in one of his slots over here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but anyway, it's in one of the slots for B. Now it also says to move Inky. I'll show you on the card here because the card's going to go away. It says move the great one to a tile that has the +3 on it. Okay, so he's going to move that over here to the +3, and he's going to get 3 of those. For this. So the bonuses you get when you get are pretty cool when you get a tentacle. And then this card is gone. All right, that was the one. No, he still can play a card. That's right. That's what I always forget. He still has the option of playing a card. Okay, so he's going to play this red one here, this hallucination card for 5. It's a cost of 5 reds, and he just happens to have 5 reds, and he drops them all over the table. Okay, so he's got 5 reds. So now he's playing the card, and is play a card from your hand for free. That is cool. That is really cool. So he is going to play this one right here for free, which is going to give him 3 golds every time he plays. All right. That was a good move by player number 2. All right. Now we're back to player number 1. All right. What do we want to do? He says, I think I want to go up here and get those 3. Says, then I'm going to play this card right here, this black card. It's going to cost me those 3 that I just gained, but now I'm getting 2 reds also every time I play. All right, back to player number 2. He's looking for gold. I'm looking for gold. Yeah, he says, I might as well jump right next door here and gold. Get those 3 golds. Now he can play if he wants to. No, I don't want to play it yet. Okay, so he's not going to play. There's another funny thing in the rules and even in the videos. You see how this inky one has eyes here on the front? At the end of your turn, I guess this could be handy. You're supposed to turn and point it towards the next player. So this will be the next player, the player number 1. I guess it'd be okay because if you're busy and then you say, oh, whose turn it is? If everybody's doing it properly, it would be that number 1. All right, number 1. Okay. He's got 2 reds. Okay, but he still needs to fill that slot there. The black. So he's going back here to get a 3 black. 1, 2, 3. He's going to put one of them on the spot right here. No, he has an option to play a card if he wants to. He's not ready to play a card again. So we would turn it back to player number 2. This is fun, I guess. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool little thing. It's in the rules too. All right, so we're looking gold here. All right, and wow, they're really setting each other up right here. So he's going back here. He's going to take those 3 gold, but he ain't going to take the 3 gold because he's going to play this card, which is going to cost him 3 gold. Okay, and it's going to cost him 3 other things, so he's going to pay with the other 3 gold that he's got in his bank already. So now this is going to allow him to fill the reds up whenever he's got one of these cards up, out of the bank and not out of his hand. And back to player number 1. What are we trying to do? Okay. He says, I got to keep him away from me. I better go over here, take the 1 black, take myself a card here. And do I want to play a card? Yes, I do want to play the card I just picked up. And that's this one right here. And it cost me 3 blacks, no variance. And now it's just going to give me 2 blacks every time I play. So this builds up really powerful. But I was playing a game the other day, a practice game, and I was building this up, and the tentacles got away from me on it. So I would turn it back to here. Timeout. Okay, we are back with player number 2. And he's still looking gold. Oh boy, he's got himself set up right in the middle of this thing here. But he's lacking cards. So, but this time he says, I better go down here, take this one, get myself a card. I want this card right here. All right. Yeah. That symbol there says he gets to take one of those cards. There are certain cards that allow you to take them off the devotee deck, but for the most part, it's right off of there. Now he wants to know, does he want to play a card? No, he's not ready to play a card. Okay, so he turns it back to player number 1. Okay, now player number 1. Okay, where's he at? He's going to go over here. Wait a minute, he needs a red and a gold. So he's going to go down here. He's going to take two reds, because he needs a red first of all. He's going to take 2, and then the third one he's going to put on his card right here. Okay, now he still gets to play a card if he wants to, but at this point in time, he doesn't want to. And we're going to player number 2. And let's see. What's he working towards here? Not a lot going on right here, he says. Let's go back up here, get a gold, take a card from there. We're going to take this one here, another hallucination card. And it will be player number 1's turn. Another quick timeout. Player number 1, he wants to get this tentacle real bad. So he's going to go down here, 2 of any kind. He's going to take one of them, put them in here. He's going to put it here. Now it's time for player number 1 to get himself a tentacle. Let's take them off, get rid of them right away. Okay, so he's going to get his tentacle. Going to put it up here, in one of his spaces. Now the next thing he's going to be doing, he's going to be moving this, the great inky one, to the tab that has the +3 on it. So he's going over here. He gets that bonus, which he appreciates. This one wasn't filled in after the last guy. And so this card is done. Now, he still gets to play a card if he chooses to. And he's not in very good shape to choose to. Okay, so this is going to keep going around and around and around. Oh, and I forgot to show you one thing too. All right. I always forget things. These 4 cards up here. Once a player gets their first tentacle, the first player gets to choose from the 4 of them, and they pick which one they want. Okay, and so the first guy would have picked this one because this is a 0, and he would have played it right away. It says when you do the tribute. Remember, I told you that you pay 1 less for the tribute. So that's a pretty powerful card right there. Then this guy here picking up he would have said, okay, I think I want to go with this one here and play it. So it would have ended up looking something like this. And then the last 2 are gone since there's no other players. Well, the rule book's pretty nice, self-explanatory. They have nice, they have player reference cards that come with it. They have a big icon guide that comes with it. Rule book is small, very self-explanatory. Now these sections here, there's one of these out here, this one here, there's 4 that have this little star symbol on the bottom. and one of those gets shuffled in each time. So there's a little bit of randomness there. But in the back of the book, they talk about using other type of uh, setups and using tunnels and overthrown. So there's variability in it. All right, that's quick. I'm positive this will be on one of the tables during my marathon on the first Saturday in November. So I just wanted to make this a short one. It's going to go around and around until everybody gets 8 tentacles. They do say to shorten up the game some, start everybody with 3, especially if you got new players. So anyway, I am very happy that this is in my collection. My grandson seemed to like it when he was taught it the other day, and so great, this is great. So this SoCalsabre, go down there and hit that like button. Do you own this yet? Put some remarks in the remark section. What you think? It's a nice little quick engine builder, not one of the big massive ones, but enough to be very interesting. Thank you for stopping by. Take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.